Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Theorist and welcome back to another episode of the Retro Club, a video series where we talk about a show that isn't really popular anymore but is something I truly love, and we discuss the plot, we talk about how we feel about each episode, and then any Easter egg references and little secrets that the episode may hold. This will be the last in this format. If you follow in the series so far, you know that I've been doing single episodes and then doing a bunch of episodes. I decided that I'm going to start going single episodes completely from season 2. So I've got the bunch of episodes for this one, then I've got the finale of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, season 1, and then from season 2 onwards we will be doing single episodes every single time, but we're hopefully going to be doing 2 a week. So, this is episode 5, intro part. This is episode 4, isn't it? This is episode 4, where we'll be covering the episodes of I, Robot, You, Jane, The Puppet Show, Nightmare, and Out of Sight, Out of Mind. We'll vaguely go over the plot of each episode because there was multiple episodes in one go, and then we'll carry on from where we are. So, I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so in this portion of the video, we'll go over the plot of each episode. There is 4 in this episode, which is sorry, I, Robot, You, Jane, The Puppet Show, Nightmare, and Now You See Me, Now You Don't. So, first episode, I, Robot, You, Jane. This episode is very similar to an earlier episode in the season where Xander has a crush and kind of a weird relationship with his insect teacher. Go back to the second video in this collection to watch that one. It's a good video. It's a fun episode. So the way this episode plays out is it opens up with a demonic demon? Yeah, we'll go with that. Speaking in Latin, it says a time, I can't remember exactly what the time was. Clearly they're in Rome, the architect. You get a vague look of the architecture of one of the buildings, and he's basically telling his subjects, do you love me? And as they say yes, grabs their hand, snaps their neck. And it's like, okay, that's nice. They are their monks who are all gathered together in a circle, and the leader of the monks is holding a book, and they're all chanting. And they're saying things like, we command you to come to this book, we command them, we prison you. And the demon goes, fades into dusty stuff, and his essence then falls into the book, creating ancient demonic writing. Okay, cool, dealt with the demon, good. Then it flashes to modern day, and Giles is opening up a book, pulling out a bunch of books, put them on the side, and he's talking to Willow. And was like, "Sign, look, we just do this," and then it turns up on the PC. And Giles was like, "Yeah, okay." There is then a new character called Miss Panda who is thanking Giles for letting him use the library. And he's like, yes, yeah. Clearly you can see he's not comfortable around the computers. And there are a couple of the students sitting either side of the middle of the table that the Scuba Gang always sit at. And they're all typing away while Willow is scanning books. Then the next book she comes across, she sees the demon book, she doesn't even bother looking, she flops it open, starts scanning it. It's like she's been doing this for a while. And then you see as she scans the demonic writing, it fades from the book and appears on the screen. You're like, that can't be good. The episode ends with Miss Calendar saying, look, okay, students, we need to go. Okay, we need to go. Jazzy, thank God. Then the next day, no, because you know all the episodes, they always, like the intro always ends with something happening and then it starts off with kick-ass Buffy music. As they all walk away, pixelated version of the demonic demon appears, and like a and then kicks in the new as it does. And then it's the next day, because that's how you pass your time in the episode. Buffy is talking to Willow, and she's like, "You're awfully cheery this morning." And she's like, "Hey, yeah, I met a boy." And she's like, "Oh yeah, who is he? Do I know him?" She's like, "Probably not." "Okay, who is he?" "I met him online." She's like, okay. You can tell Buffy's uncomfortable. She's like, "Are you sure about this, Willow? Are you sure he is who you think?" And she's like, "What? Do you not think anyone would like me?" And yeah, very much like the Xander episode. The episode then plays out. You find out that Xander's not very comfortable with this as well. And Buffy makes a comment like, "Oh, are you jealous because like Willow's not crushing over you?" And he's like, "Oh, no. So yeah, he kind of enjoys the fact that Willow crushes over him, even though he's not interested in her. It's like, whoa, Xander, come on, dude. He's like you're meant to be like your best friend. The episode then plays out. The team eventually figure out that weird things is happening. Computers are on the fritz all over the school. After a bit of investigation, Buffy goes off to follow these kids that are acting weird, and they go to this factory, which is meant to be abandoned, but it's not. It's like buzzing, and there's people doing stuff all over. Giles investigates and thinks, okay, what's going on? Scrolls through his books, finds one book with demon face on the front, which is one Willow scanned, opens it up, figures out it's blank, and he's like, oh, Willow was scanning this earlier, now it's blank. Oh no, he could be inside the PC. And he's like, yeah, okay, if that's how things work, okay, fair enough. He then accidentally lets it slip that he's looking for a demon to Miss Calendar, and she's like, no, it's fine, you don't have to worry about it. I'm a Wiccan as well. It's like, oh, that's good, but I'm more of a techno Wiccan, because I can do spells online. And it's like, that's helpful. Her and Giles then figure out that they need to get the demon off the internet so they can get him back in the book. So they begin to cast a spell. Willow gets kidnapped by the two weird kids that were in her computer group, because they're now being controlled by the demon, and take her off to the factory. Buffy and Xander go to rescue her, and while that's happening, Giles starts chanting her from a book, and Miss Calendar is typing away on a PC. She's like, I'm in a forum with some other techno Wiccans, and we're creating a computer circle, as it is. They manage it, but instead of the demon's essence returned to the book, it stays in this robotic form that the scientists have built for him. And he's like, I may be cut off, but I can still kill. It's like, Buffy tries to fight him, but because he's made of metal, she doesn't do very well at all. But she manages to trick him into taking a swing for her into an electric box, frying on a circuit, kills him. Willow is over the fact that the demon tried to hook up with her. She's like, okay, sucks, but okay. Realise she's still got friends, but everything is fine. And the episode ends as we always get like a little thing at the end. Instead of it being the Scooby Gang going, yay, we saved the day kind of thing, it's Giles, and he goes to Miss Candy's room. He's got all computers everywhere, and he looks uncomfortable. And she's like, what don't you like about computers? And he's like, the smell. And she's like, computers don't have a smell. Exactly. Smell is sense. It really activates all your memories and makes you remember things. It's really strong. But computers are so clinical. And she's just like, you are so old-fashioned. And it's really nice. You can see, like, even though at the beginning of the episode they were very much like, she's all about computers and he's all about books, it kind of almost found a common ground at the end. It's nice. Hinting that maybe she's going to become a bigger character later. Then we get the next episode, which is called Puppet Show. And it's very different. The episode opens up with a talent show going off at Sunnydale High. And Giles is sitting there watching the show, looking like he's the director of it or something, and he doesn't look comfortable, doesn't look happy he's doing it. And Willow, Xander and Buffy come over and start mocking him about it. They're like, haha, look at you, you don't look like you want to be here. And he's like, yes, the new headmaster has seen fit to be in charge of this talent show. And as they begin to mock him, all you hear behind him a very authoritative figure going, oh, you think it's funny to mock the faculty? And they're like, oh, Xander was like, Principal Snyder. And he's like, oh, for that, you're all on the talent show. And Giles kind of smiles to himself. Thinks it's funny. And yeah, the episode then plays out. You don't see anything bad seems to happen. But then a girl gets killed at school. And they're like, okay, well, what's the demon of the week this week? And they're like, why not be a demon? Because demons don't usually use big, massive knives. And Buffy's like, yeah, usually they use claws to rip away at you. So we're looking for a human? Maybe not. Her heart was missing. So they begin to investigate, trying to figure out what's going on. They assume that potentially it's someone in the talent show. because the girl that died was from the talent show. Okay. They then think that maybe it's the weird boy with the puppet, because he seems to be getting a lot of headaches. He seems to act a bit weird. So they're going to do a bit of investigating, but it turns out that it's not him. Buffy finds a brain. He's like, brain, and she gets attacked by the puppet. It's like, Jesus, the puppet! The puppet's a demon. They then fight. Pins her down with a chandelier, and goes, Ken's like, I'm gonna kill you, you demon! And she's like, no, demon! And both like, what? Turns out he's a demon slayer, and that he is trying to find this specific group of demons who cursed him a long time ago when he was hunting them, and they put him in the form of this puppet. And the whole point is that he's been searching for a long time now to try and eradicate all of these demons so that it can free his soul. I'm like, okay. But it can't be the kid they were after, because the brain that Buffy found, it was his. And they're like, damn, if they have a brain in a heart, it means they can stay in human form for a while now. We can never find them. It's like, oh, but this kid's brain was really bad. He had brain cancer. It's not a healthy brain. They're like, okay, so we've got a chance. We can still find them. There's got to be someone in the talent show. Giles is told to create the magic circle. I did musical theatre for 3 years. I don't think we ever called it the magic circle, but Americans call it the magic circle, where you just go, you perform it, you put around in the circle, and Giles doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, okay, counting how many people there are. He's like, well done guys, let's go back to work. That's not how it works, Giles. But okay, fair enough. And like, well, it can't be anyone in the talent show because everyone's here. No one's off going to collect a new brain. Giles then decides to help the musician in the group with his magic trick. He lies down. It's the trick where they pretend to cut off a head, but it doesn't really cut the head off, and it's all called magic trick. So he tells Giles to lie down, puts a block over his head, locks it in place, and begins to set the rest of the thing up. And Giles is like, okay, so how does this magic trick work? And he's like, yeah, magic trick. And he starts pulling on the rope. Giles is like, okay. As he's doing that, he has to quickly cover up his hand, because you see weird demon scaly skin. Kind of like have you ever seen V, the 80s TV show V? It looked like he had skin like that, which is weird because of what he looks like later. They then figure out, oh god, it's got to be this person. Then all of a sudden, Buffy and co turn up, and they begin to fight this kid, and Buffy starts fighting him, knocks him into a magic box. He then comes out fully demoned, and his skin is yellow, not green at all like it was when we saw it earlier. Okay. They then eventually manage to get Giles out and get him out of the way. The puppet starts helping Buffy try and defeat the demon, and eventually they knock the demon to the floor, and the puppet starts stabbing, and yeah, kind of like the sound effect when a vampire dies and turns to dust. And as he does, it just flops. And it's like, oh, and now his soul is free, but hundreds of years ago, he's got a new body. He's died. So, oh, yikes. It's like, yay, we've done it though, we've saved everyone else, and Giles is alive. Yay! And that's the end of the episode. But this is one of the few times where we get like a end scene as the credits are rolling, and it's Willow, Buffy and Xander's time on the talent show, and they're all dressed in Greek clothing, and they're doing the Oedipus play from Greek. And yeah, Willow goes to say her line, she goes, and then runs off stage, and it's left with Xander and Buffy standing there not knowing what to do. For like 2 seconds the camera just stays on them, and it's like, oh, poor characters, yikes. And then the episode ends, and that is the end of the puppet show. Third episode in these 4 videos is called Nightmare. Now, I'm not going to go over the entire part of Nightmare. A lot of things that happen. Most of the episodes consist of different kids' nightmares, hence the name of the episode. They find out that a kid has been put into a coma because he was attacked after a baseball game, and that because of the mystical energy of the Hellmouth, he is accidentally causing everyone's nightmares to manifest. And they need to figure out a way to wake him up. But at the same time, the whole town is transforming into people's nightmares. There's like a graveyard has appeared right next to the school. Buffy is attacked by the Master, but it never explains whether it is actually the Master or just a manifestation of a nightmare version of the Master. The nightmare, because at the same time we see the Master in his lair talking to the Anointed One, like, I sense a change happening. Do you sense it? And the child's like, yes, good. And this weird demonic. Well, I can't really do the demonic voice because they do something. Well, no, I can't do it. Can't do it. But yeah, so it never really hints. Well, it never really tells you whether it is actually the Master is managing to come to the surface because of this nightmare power, or whether it's a manifestation of Buffy's nightmares itself that comes to the surface. She ends up becoming a vampire, which is Buffy's nightmare. Also, her grave, because she gets buried alive by the Master during their little fight, which turns out to be Giles' nightmare of Buffy being killed. They then eventually find the boy at the school, at the hospital, because all the way through there's like a what's the word? There's a word where you sort of leave and you do the little astral projection. That's the word. An astral projection of the boy is constantly trying to lead Buffy in the right direction, and that's how they find out that he was attacked when after the school, and there's this weird, ugly, burnt-faced monster with a club for arm who's like, lucky 19. Then eventually wake him up. The Van Buffy defeats the club monster. Everything is all fine. Then the coach comes to see the boy is awake, and they're like, yeah, see coach, the boy's awake. And he's like, yeah, great. And then the Scooby Gang basically figure out that, oh, it's you. And the boy's like, yeah, you attacked me after the game, blame me for us losing. It's like, whoa! Supernatural TV show, and okay, you're gonna dive into elements of this, okay, good, but it's very much like, whoa, that was not expecting from this. For it to be, it isn't a demon that caused all of this. It was because a coach with anger issues blamed one of his team members in his baseball team for losing the game, so beat him after the game, put him in a coma. It's like, whoa, that's dark. Even for Buffy, when Buffy has darkish element, that was dark. And that is Nightmare. Final episode is Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Again, I'm not going to go too in depth with it, but essentially this episode, the Scooby Gang think that there is a ghost attacking people connected to Cordelia. First it's Cordelia's boyfriend, then it's Cordelia's friend Harmony, and then they find the yearbook which has Cordelia's face crossed out, and they're like, it might not be a ghost. They eventually figure out who it is. It's a girl who no one remembers at all, because in the yearbook everyone's got the same thing written, like, have a nice summer, have a nice summer, have a nice summer. And we find out that, yeah, when someone writes that, it means they don't really care, no matter what, they don't care. And you find out that Xander and Willow also signed the yearbook, and they're like, really? And Xander put, have a nice summer, and it's funny, well, it's not funny, but when Xander begins to read, he's like, have a nice, yeah! Feels bad for himself, like, damn, I'm one of the ones that ignored her. And then Willow looks and she's like, oh, it's fine, I put, have a great summer! But they're both like, yikes. And then Giles is like, oh, cool, this explains it then. And they're like, explains what? And he's like, we're looking at this from a demonic point of view, when it's a scientific point of view. It's all about perception and whether if you see something, then maybe it exists. If you don't see it, maybe you don't exist. Manifest that with the Helmut's energy, and that's why she's invisible. And it's like, okay, yeah, right then. So because she felt invisible, the demonic come off energy, make her invisible. Alright then. And that's our two second. Actually, I'll talk about that in a minute when we get to the episode bit. And yeah, so it finds out that it's this girl who was made invisible by the demonic come off energy, and she decided to use this to get back at Cordelia. And she's been living in the school in a nest above the music room. She eventually manages to kidnap Cordelia. Buffy tries to rescue, but she ends up knocking Buffy out as well. And then she sadistically starts talking to Cordelia like, "Don't worry, Cordy, no one will forget you. I'll give you a face that no one will forget." And opens up and there's a whole bunch of... She flips off this mat off this table and there's a whole bunch of surgery gear. She picks up this syringe, this scalpel. I can't remember the word for a second there. Starts floating, the invisible girl has it, and cuts her face slightly. It's like, ooh. And actually, it starts running down her face, and Cordelia's like, help me, help me. They eventually defeat the invisible girl, and as they defeat her, two men in black appear that you've been seeing all the way through the episode, and like, "Don't worry, kids, we'll take it from here," and take her away. It's like, what? Alright then. Okay, cool. Fair enough. And also for all this through the episode, you find out that at her old school, Buffy was really popular, and she kind of misses a level of that popularity and is almost jealous of Cordelia. But then you find out Cordelia isn't as haha, everybody loves me as you may think. It turns out that, yeah, she understands no one really listens to her. She says to Buffy, even though I have all these people that listen to every single one of my words, they're not really listening to me. They just kind of talk to me because they know who I am. I'm Cordelia Chase, the popular girl. It's like, whoa, Cordy's actually got some depth to her. She's not just the popular girl, there's something to her. And also, like, she asks for their help and she's like, you guys are weird and you deal with weird stuff, so you can help me through all this. And I think someone's out to get me, and that's how they figure out Cordy's the target. But then the episode ends the way it always ends, with the Scooby Gang coming together and they start having a discussion, but Cordy's there as well. And just as they're about to walk into the library, all four of them, Buffy, Xander, Willow and Cordelia's boyfriend and Harmony are there, and they're like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I was being charitable to them. It's alright though, let's go guys. And it's like, right, Cordy's still Cordy. Because you hint that maybe Cordelia is going to become part of the Scooby Gang one day, maybe. And that's the end of that. And that is our 4 episodes, guys. Let's get on to how I feel about each one. Alright guys, so now we're going to discuss how I feel about each of these 4 episodes. They're filler episodes, and damn do some of them feel like filler episodes. So let's start with I, Robot, You, Jane. When I introduced this episode and talked about the plot, you could probably pick up the fact that, yeah, I feel this is very much, it's just Willow's version of Xander's episode from before. But it'd be the same vice versa. It would, if you played this episode and then you got Xander's episode in its place, it would tend to feel like this is Xander's version of Willow's episode. Do you call that lazy writing? Do you just want to give each of the characters kind of character development episode? I don't know. It might be because I've watched so much TV since these episodes that I'm kind of bored of this format. Let's delve into the character and kind of give them some depth, give them a really silly concept for the whole episode and kind of make each character a bit almost stupid, because this is the only time we ever get, like, the whole gang is almost technophobes. Like, Buffy doesn't get anything about computers. She has to ask other students about, how would you know where to track, can you track an email? Can you figure out who sends an email? Does this work like this? And Xander, you don't really find out either way, but you find out Giles very much hates PCs. But I'm guessing at the same time this is almost a reaction to when this episode came out. If you guys are really young who are watching this and you don't know about this, there was a point before PCs were big and mainstream where people weren't sure, really not sure about PCs and how they work and everything, because there was a point where PCs only counted up to a certain point. So they thought when the year 2000 came around, technology was just going to die out. It was a genuine thing. I think it was called, like, I can't remember what it's called, but it was this really silly thing. I was still very young when it happened, so I haven't learned about it like since then. But yeah, people generally thought all technology was going to like die out, or like Armageddon was going to happen, or something really silly. Kind of like the more recent Aztec calendar thing, where it counted up to a certain year and if you weren't sure couldn't go any further. Kind of like that. And I wonder if that's why we didn't made it so certain characters reacted that way towards computers. But yeah, it's an interesting thing, and I think it's important enough for Miss Calendar to be involved, and it introduces her character, and she does become a bigger character in season 2, and at the end of this season as well. So yeah, it's kind of mixed. It's like all filler episodes in Buffy is. Don't really care for them, but there's important enough stuff in each episode where they need to be in it anyway. So, next episode, Puppet Show. Now, the Puppet Show introduces the idea of other demonic fighters of evil. You don't just have Buffy the Vampire Slayer and maybe a vampire or two who will become good guys. You actually find out that there are demon slayers out there. And that's cool. It's like, okay, never really delves upon any further about there being demon hunters out there. Okay, maybe a little bit, but not major, not to the point where, yeah, there's people who dedicate their entire lives to this kind of stuff. Unless they come across Buffy and they join Buffy's crusade against evil. And the whole point of, yeah, apart from that, there's not really much to this episode. And you get the introduction of Snyder, who we will talk a little bit about in the Easter egg portion of this video. So you get the next episode called Nightmare. I enjoy Nightmare to a degree because I like seeing Vamp Buffy. It's funny watching Sarah Michelle Gellar pretend like she doesn't really change her character in any way, because the whole point is that she just manifests into a vampire. She doesn't become a vampire itself. But it's funny her going like, my face. Yeah, it's a fun little episode, finding out that Xander has a fear of clowns, but at the same time his nightmare also includes him finding all the different types of American chocolates, which lead him to the killer clown. But I have a nightmare like that, where it's like sweet yet nasty. You find out that Willow's nightmare is she hates being on stage and being forced to sing, even though she has no idea about the lyrics. It's quite a fun scene because it's opera. She's dressed up all like an Japanese opera singer. I say Japanese opera singer. She looks kind of like a geisha girl, but they're singing opera. It's funny because you got the guy. I don't even know if the guy's a real opera singer or not. He probably is by the way the scene was done. But he goes, oh, yeah, looks over at Willow and she's just like, me? Mm-hmm. And they're like, ooh. And it's like, oh Willow. Giles is blind in his nightmares. Like, everyone has several different nightmares throughout the entire episode. Yeah, there's not really much to this episode apart from finding out everyone's nightmare is. Again, it's just a filler. It reminds us the Anointed One still is around, because the Anointed One, I always have a problem with the Anointed One's character in it. I always wonder whether Joss Whedon had an idea for him and it just didn't play out, or whether it was just a red herring setup where he thought maybe it was like, oh, is this going to be a big massive evil, but then he was like, not. That's kind of a spoiler, but I'll explain that more in the second season of Buffy. It is in it for the second season. Yay. It's not a major spoiler, not really. So yeah, again, there isn't much to them. Filler episodes. Why TV shows have to do so many filler episodes? But again, it's the 90s, and the 90s had lots of fillers. They didn't do very much like each episode should have a major importance. TV shows in more recent time, like each episode can have some major importance. Some TV shows still suffer from it, for the most part they don't, and each episode is important. But for Buffy, not so much. Then we get to, actually no, one thing about Name that I do find good is it introduces the idea of the Hellmouth energy changing someone. The fact that there's a kid who was put into a coma, and the Hellmouth energy basically poured through him and created like a conduit for nightmare creations. Which I thought was cool. It's cool to see that it's not just demonic energy draws all the demons to the spot, but it transforms people as well. And that's what I like about the final episode, Now You See, Now You Don't, where, yeah, the girl, it's just a girl who was kind of ignored and bullied a bit at school, and so she wanted revenge in a way, and yeah, it's fun because as much as the episode kind of bores me a bit, apart from the bits where you find out Cordelia may be nice deep down, it's nice to see the fact that Hellmouth does have a bigger impact on this world than just be the thing in the background that makes demonic energy create demons, and the demons then live in Sunnydale because of the Hellmouth. No, it causes problems for normal people as well, which is really quite nice and fun. But I don't really have much to say on any of these episodes. They're all fillers. That's why I talked about the Angel one separately from the rest, because I feel it's, as much as it is kind of like the mid-season filler episode, there's a lot more to it, and I didn't think it was nice to compact with these 4 filler episodes. So next we'll talk about little Easter eggs and references and little things I picked up. Okay, so the notebook is out, and we'll talk about little Easter eggs and references and stuff of each episode. So for Me Robot You Jane, I have nothing. I have nothing for that. Apart from, yeah, the fact that it's the only episode. It's an episode where you have another location that's never ever used again. Like you notice from Buffy, there will be certain locations that are reused. Maybe the location where the demon was supposedly in Rome or Italy somewhere and was killing his subjects after asking them if they love him. I think that might be the same location as a season 4 location, or maybe a season 2 location, but they could all actually all be the same location. I'm going to have to do some research, and when we come to those later episodes, I will find out whether they are. Thinking about it, they might be, but I will make sure. That'll be a little mental note for a later episode for the Easter egg part. So yeah, I Robot You Jane, I don't know any Easter eggs or references really in it, because yeah. But for the puppet show, apart from the fact that the demon dying has the exact same sound effect as vampires dying, which is weird. I'm guessing it kind of makes sense because vampires in this universe are more demons than vampires, and yeah, it kind of makes sense, but does that mean, surely then if that's the reason why it has the same sound effect, then all demons dying should have that same sound? Maybe. I don't know. But the cool Easter egg about this is, if you guys are a fan of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, like I am, I'm hoping that you people who watch these episodes, like geeks of all things geek, if you are, you know that the Principal Snyder is actually the actor plays Quark in Deep Space Nine as well, the bartender, which is kind of fun. And he kind of plays, his character is similar, except he's more authoritarian than Weasley, but you can still every now and then you see snippets of Quark there. It's quite funny, especially in another episode where he gets cornered about the situation and he's like, very Quarky. Quarky. Sounds weird. Yeah. Cool. Nightmare. Yeah, So, in Nightmare, when Buffy, right at the beginning of the episode, she has a nightmare, it sets up the whole point of the episode, where she's fighting the Master, and the Master beats her, and she dies. This very much is hinting at future events. Every now and again, Buffy will have these visions. In the earlier seasons, it doesn't happen a lot in the later seasons. In the earlier seasons, you have these visions that tend to hint at an event that's going to happen. So if you watch the episode and you've not watched all of them yet, watch out. That was a vision, it wasn't just a nightmare. What else? This is not really an Easter egg or a reference or anything. This is just something I wanted to point out. Clowns. TV shows, can you stop with crazy clowns and psychopathic clowns and just clowns that are evil? Nope. 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 No more. Don't like them. They're creepy. They're horrible. Just no. Right? We're on the same board? You agree? Yes? Good. Alright then. Let's keep moving. In this, the only Easter egg I can really think of in the final episode, I've talked into my hands there, sorry about that. Yeah, the only Easter egg I can really find in Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I'm not sure it is an actual Easter egg, this is just something I theorise every time I watch these earlier episodes of Buffy. And that is, this little Easter egg is more for people who know what's coming up, more than people who are watching it, I'm hoping, alongside me talking about these episodes. And that is the Men in Black. I theorise that these Men in Black actually are a precursor to a group that turn up later on in Buffy, in season 4. I'm not going to say exactly who, because if you watch the episode and you're coming back and you're rewatching them with me, you know who I'm on about. You know the group? Yeah, the group. Because it's weird, just the way that they kind of pick the girl up and they go, and it's some sort of project to turn invisible girls or invisible people into assassins. Kind of hints at another group that tried to use demonic changed things and use them for their own purpose. Yeah? You know what I'm on about? And everyone else who doesn't know what I'm on about, it's like, what? We'll talk about it when we get to season 4 of Buffy, okay? We will. Which will be in like 3 months' time. No, not 3 months. Yeah, about 3 months. It's gonna be a long series, but I'm enjoying it. Anyway guys, that's Easter eggs and references. So, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit that like button. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. Post in the comments what your worst nightmare has ever been. Please. And if it involves clowns, yay team anti-clowns. Clowns are horrible. I'll stop talking about clowns now. Yeah. Or tell me which of these 4 fillers, if any of them are your favourites. And maybe whether, if you have seen Buffy before, whether you agree with me about the Men in Black. Whether they are that group. And do put that group in the comments. To be fair, you can probably call them the group. The Initiative, you can probably call them that, because that makes no sense to people who haven't seen Buffy before. Yeah? Cool. But yeah! And guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. And if you have subscribed, share this video with your friends, ask them if they would subscribe. If you have any friends or Facebook groups or anything that watch Buffy, please share it on those channels as well. It'll really help this channel grow. As always guys, until the next video, I'll see you all later. Bye!